From Carolla One Studios in Glendale, California, this is the Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, Adam Ray. With Gina Grad on news, Bald Brian on sound effects, Mark Geragos calls in, and we'll play another round of Sling It Forward. And now, his feelings are intense about not being able to eat intense. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, good one. Get it on. Got to get on a show. Get it on. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for sharing. We love when you share, right, Gina Grad?
That's right.
And Bald Brian.
Yep, this is happening.
Always happy to see Adam Ray. So he'll come in here and we'll play the game with him. And he may be very good at that because he knows pop culture. He knows movies. He knows all of it. All right, so I did Tucker Carlson last night as we taped this, and we were talking about California and how it's turning into a shithole, and I brought up this point, which was a kind of an interesting point if you really want to distill it down, but I think first Well, you want to play the Elon Musk clip from the Wall Street Journal?
Well, I think let's play Tucker first because I've been getting a lot of texts and tweets about something you said on Tucker, and you kind of allude to the Elon thing, which we'll play after.
I don't know. I don't like seeing myself on TV.
We don't have to play it, but on Tucker, you basically said that you were in your van that comes over your house, and you're going to comment as soon as it sits over. You're commandeering the van, and you're heading to Houston.
Yes.
And it's making news. People are wondering, is this real?
They said, yes, I'm going to commandeer the radio van or the TV hit van. So they send you this van. It's, hey, we were talking about, it's one with the high roof on it. Now the world is your oyster.
Van life.
Right.
Yeah, van life.
Yeah. The one Sonny went nuts over.
Yeah, the one he went nuts over. You want to see the van? I'm going to go for a walk. Yes. It's true. It's funny. My van life is the van parks in my driveway. I go do a Tucker Carlson hit and then go back into my house. That's my van life.
Poor man, van life.
Yeah. They put up the big screen. They put it's a regular one of those Sprinter vans, one of those sort of high top vans. It's all technically buffed out. They park it on a semi-level surface. They get the feed going into Virginia or New York or wherever Tucker is. And then you sit there and you have the cityscape behind you. And they mic you up. They put the earpiece in. And you do your thing. Yeah.
Question, and I'm not asking for any serial killers out there, but is it soundproof? Because it would be weird if you were in there and you hear dogs barking and cars beeping.
Man. It appears... well, when the ace man's squawking, don't bother knocking. That's what it says on the bumper sticker. It appears that they have acoustically addressed the problems. The walls are always covered with fabric. And so maybe they sound deaden it, or maybe they did it from the inside out. Maybe they went, we want it to be acoustically sound in this van, so we don't a bunch of sheet metal. You know, you're in a tin can, so they get rid of that. But then maybe it also serves to keep some of the outside noise in. Yes, Dawson.
One of the interesting things is one of the quietest places where you can record a VO is inside like a big truck. It's just the way they're built, especially nowadays. I've done a couple of professional voiceovers from inside my truck. And so I'm just adding to your point.
Yeah,
the van is already kind of built.
Well, I would argue the back of a van. If you went to Galpin Ford and you were a plumbing contractor and you just ordered a van, it would just be a sheet metal back area.
Right. They don't seal the back of a van like they do the inside of a truck, but all they really have to do is add a little bit more.
Thank you, Dawson,
there have been
for that
times I've
insight.
been on vacation. I've been on a vacation or something like that. There's nowhere quiet to go, and I've had to record. So you just go to your car and record the audition, provided a dump truck isn't going by.
The cars are pretty good because you have the headliner and you have the fabric seats everywhere, and that's a pretty good acoustic environment. Obviously, this is the back, so they've modified it. And you sit down and you swing this table out in front of you, and you could set a notepad down there and it would be out of camera's view. And your cheat sheet, whatever notes you made, whatever. So I made a few jokes. And one of them was I was going to commandeer the van and drive to Houston, which, seems unlikely. But either way, that was what people were running with today. And as I've said many times, yes, I shall flee California because eventually everybody who wants a high quality of life will have to flee California if, in fact, we just keep going down this path. If there's some sort of massive change, then maybe not. But if we're going to keep going the direction we have been going over the last decade, 15 years, 2 decades, then yes, if you'd like a quality of life, you shall move somewhere. But also, my kids are in the 9th grade, so I got to wait till they get out of the 9th grade before I flee, because who wants to be that dad? All right, so the point I brought up with as it pertained to Elon Musk that people have been tweeting around today. Well, I'll play the Elon Musk clip from the Wall Street Journal that I just happened to find out about it on my way to go do the Tucker hit in the van. So when I heard about it.
Down the driveway? You found it out in the front yard?
Yeah, I was driving home listening to some talk radio and I heard this story and I thought, I think that pertains to what I'm going to be talking about in an hour. So we'll play you that clip. Mexipata.
You're in Texas right now, and there's been speculation, and you've been vocal this year on some of your frustration in California. Are you relocating? Is it happening? And can you talk a little bit about what's been troubling you in California so much this year since you mentioned it?
Sure. Well, first of all, Tesla and SpaceX obviously have massive operations in California. In fact, it's worth noting that Tesla is the last car company still manufacturing cars in California. SpaceX is the last aerospace company still doing significant manufacturing in California. So there used to be over a dozen car plants in California, and California used to be the center of aerospace manufacturing. My companies are the last 2 left. I want to emphasize. So that's a very important point to make. For myself, yes, I have moved to Texas. Yeah, I think California is great. So there's a lot of things that are really great about California. Obviously, it's the biggest economy in the country, most number of people. But I do think that there is something that happens when, if it's, go back to the sort of sports team analogy, like if a team has been winning for too long, they do tend to get a little complacent, a little entitled, and then they don't win the championship anymore. So California's been winning for a long time. And I think they're taking it for granted a little bit. Yeah.
Well, there you go. The last car company, the last aerospace company, and it's going to move. And remember a few months ago, I was playing you that clip of Gavin Newsom going, well, where the heck else are you going to go?
Right.
I don't
49
know.
other options.
Gavin, why don't you ask the 11 other car companies that moved out of state, or the 11 other or multiple other aerospace companies that moved out of state? Why don't you ask them? They probably would tell you where they're going to go, or you don't even have to ask them. Nissan went to Tennessee, and Toyota went to. Did Toyota go to Tennessee too? Nissan.
Toyota went to Texas.
Nissan, I think, Toyota, and trying to think about. Anyway, they all went somewhere. Gavin Newsom and Hewlett Packard is now moving out of Silicon Valley. So, other places, that's where people are going to go. You don't have to ask where else you're going to go. There's a whole bunch of other places to go. So would you like to course correct, or would you like to keep going? Because if you're going to keep going, then everyone is going to keep going. So I came up with this profound thought that, most of the shit I say people think is a joke, but it can be both. It can be a profound thought. It can be a joke as well. Far as I can tell, Elon Musk is the smartest man in the world, and he decided to leave California. So if the smartest dude around, who creates the most jobs, decides to leave, then do we think we know something that Elon Musk doesn't know? Or do we think we're smarter than Elon Musk? On Tucker, I said the smartest man in the world is leaving the dumbest governor in the United States, Gavin Newsom. But, yeah, I'd say when the smartest guy in the world, if you were on a boat and the smartest guy in the world said, I got a bad feeling about this trip. I'm going to get off the boat. Hey, maybe you should get off the boat. And if the smartest guy in the world said, I don't trust this food at this restaurant, I'm going across the street, maybe you should follow him. He's the smartest guy in the world. Yeah, so when the smartest guy in the world has an idea. Now, if anyone I went to high school with has an idea, by all means, do not follow them. And if anyone in my family has an idea, well, then ignore their advice. But when Elon, the smartest man in the world, says, I think I'm going to leave, well, maybe he knows something. Dawson?
I remember in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody when the record label guy gets rid of Queen because they want to release Bohemian Rhapsody, and he was wrong. The guy was a pariah in the industry. Mm-hmm. There's a parallel there. That guy's Gavin Newsom. He just lost Elon Musk. And that's part of your legacy now, Gavin.
I would feel...
Just drove out the smartest guy in the world.
I would basically... You're right. Like, I would treat this like it was a sports franchise and LeBron James wanted to head to another team. Like, I would fucking sit down with that guy and go, hey, man, what's it going to take?
How did it all go wrong?
Not only that, there's a practical side, which is all the jobs you're going to be creating in Texas and not here, tax base, so on and so forth. But also, I think I would humble myself a little bit and go, I don't like the optics of this. I don't like all these well-known national names picking up and leaving my state. And they're not leaving the state because, oh, well, my in-laws live in Nashville and we want to be closer to them with the baby. They're leaving your state because they say your state fucking sucks and they can't do business here. And they don't like it, and it's overregulated, and it's overtaxed, so they're going to get up and leave. So maybe you should have a little confab with those folks. Here's an idea. Put together a little blue ribbon committee. Try to figure out why is it all these people are leaving. Maybe we should talk to them. Maybe we should have some legislation that dials some of this back. Well, what can we do to entice them to stay?
Yeah. Well, and also it's such hubris. I mean, I'm not making a direct connection because what I don't know about this could fill a cavern, but think about like King George and think about people who fled England and you think, okay, so he says, where are you going to go? Well, we're going to go to a new country. Oh, yeah? Well, I can tax you from there. And what does Newsom say? Oh, yeah, well, if you leave, I'm going to try and do a mandate where I tax you for the next 10 years as a Californian, no matter where you go. It seems a little... It seems we've been through this before, and it doesn't end well for the person in charge.
Well,
who's got this figured out? Casinos.
Yeah.
When a whale comes in and he's going to make your monthly nut or yearly nut, God forbid, you treat him a little differently, or her. The rules get bent a little bit. They get free stuff and they get free planes in and out of Vegas. Like, they got to figure it out. And casinos, last time I checked, are pretty profitable.
Yeah. I would caution you over calling a female a whale. But I get the reference. I get what you're talking about. Maybe manatee.
Okay.
Something a little
I was
smaller.
that too, but I don't like
no?
it.
Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Cow.
Sea cat. Yeah, guppy's not going to do it. We need something better. Kraken, perhaps. All right. Geragos had to jump into a hearing, and he's going to call in about 30 minutes. So I saw Geragos on TV last night. My prediction came true as far as his hearing and representing restaurateurs and outdoor dining. The judge told, and I'll let him tell the story, but in a nutshell, the judge told the state, I think it was maybe last Friday, hey, you got till Tuesday to produce some evidence that it's dangerous to eat outdoors, so you must do that. And then they came back on Tuesday. I said, Mark, they're not going to produce any evidence because, first off, what evidence? Secondly, how are you going to do this in 3 days? This is never going to happen. They're just going to come in and argue about how dangerous COVID is, but they're not going to make their specific case. And evidently they did, and evidently the judge kind of scoffed at it, which a good judge would do because you have no case. And so we'll talk to Mark we'll get an update on that and figure out how that's going. Adam Ray also running late. Homeless man attacked him with a hammer and destroyed car.
Yeah,
What?
I've had a really weird last 10 minutes of text messages from Mark and Adam, but yeah, I just got running a few late. Homeless man attacked me with hammer, destroyed car.
Wow.
Adam Ray, so.
Wow.
We will, I asked him if he's okay. I'm waiting on the word.
Well, I hope he was in the car.
Yeah.
Versus outside the car like Mike August. Mike gets out of the car. And Gina, you have some company now. Crazy people fucking up your car.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, it might not seem like much, but after the news I just got from my other job last week, turns out deductibles pretty high. So I'm supposed to be picking up the car today with a comical deductible. And because they sent me to a third-party rental company because Enterprise didn't pick up the phone fast enough for the auto body shop's liking, I now have to pay out of pocket for that. So just if everyone could just tighten up their game, that would be really helpful.
I don't want to rub it in, but what is a high deductible these days?
What's the comically high?
You guys will laugh. It'll be a couple of lunches. It's over 500.
I guess that's a high deductible.
Could be a lot worse.
It could be
Brian.
worse. Everything could be worse.
No, it could be worse. It could be worse.
Cinder block could have hit you.
Look, the cinder block was 3 inches from going through the windshield. So in all, it's fine. But I was just like, why do I have to pay for this? But,
I got to say, after Adam Ray being attacked with a hammer by a homeless guy, I'm going to rethink my whole California stance. Maybe we should stay and really
evaluate all the evidence.
Harsh.
Yeah, because I was kind of approaching it from a business standpoint, but what about the people?
The personal.
What about the homeless guy with the hammer? Are we willing to turn our back on that guy?
The heart of California.
The heart of California. Jesus Christ. I'm honestly surprised with the amount of insane homeless people camped out on every sidewalk that there isn't more of this kind of stuff. And there's going to be more of it, but it's surprisingly light considering the volume, how many human beings are strewn about Los Angeles and how so many people have to sort of interact with them. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because when my daughter and my son and Oscar De La Hoya a year and a half ago were leaving my shop, there was a homeless guy that tried to attack us. So, all right. Let's see. Andy is on line 1. Andy?
Adam,
42.
Gina, Bald, thanks for getting it on.
Hold on one second. I'll give this analogy, but it's not even really an analogy as it pertains to we're kind of talking about put together your panel. Let's try to get these businesses, reinvigorated out here. We've seen it. We saw it with production, runaway production. All of production took place in Los Angeles. We had the market cornered on production, Hollywood films, TV shows, commercials. It's all it was. Big industry and everything from the caterers to the mixing and sound places to the ADR places and the houses, the production houses that did all the credits and the finishing, the graphics and everything. And then we got overregulated and overtaxed and overgreedy, and they picked up and they left. And they went to everywhere. They went to New Mexico, which reminds me. They went to Atlanta. They went to Prague. They went to Canada. They went everywhere. They went everywhere because they're running a business. And if you can take a $7 million film and get a lot more out of it in Atlanta, then you'll go to Atlanta. So they left. And it should have been a shot over the bow, because if the most progressive people on the planet, the people that live in Hollywood and work in Hollywood, actors and producers and directors, if they're willing to get up and leave, then who amongst you don't think Ben Shapiro and Elon Musk are going to leave if those people leave? So the most progressive people on the planet got up and left. And then they realized, well, now we have no tax dollars from those entities and we have no business from those entities. So they put together a panel and they said, what can we do to entice you to come back? Let's see if we can peel back some of the regulations and lower some of the taxes and add some incentive. And I don't know what the percentages are, but there was now more production going on than there was when people were fleeing because they made it more hospitable. So why not do that with business? I know it's a vanity thing. You like the industry and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Isn't Tesla and SpaceX, aren't those kind of cool vanity industries as well? Wouldn't you want to say those are here?
Isn't that what California is supposed to be all about? In the innovative West Coast? Well, not anymore. Right.
Vanguard. Well, as I always laugh about, remember Carroll Shelby came here in the 60s to build a supercar in Venice Beach. And he's from Texas. That's the comedy. Yeah. He came here from Texas to Venice Beach to chase his dreams and build a supercar. Of course, now he would have never left Texas, or if he was born in Venice Beach, he would move to Texas to build a supercar. Hey, Andy, 42, New Mexico. I'm starting to think that people in power don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's kind of what I'm starting to think. Starting to creep in. Andy, 42, go ahead, New Mexico.
Adam, Gina Ball, thanks for getting it on. Thanks for being pro-puppy. Wanted to let you know, give you a slice of what it's like in New Mexico with our Democrat Governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham. She has shut down the state 3 times and has restrictions that are real similar to California. And it was in the midst of the pandemic. She even had them put police tape around the playgrounds and swings so that kids couldn't go out and play. But one of the funniest stories was in April when she had closed all the restaurants, all retail. She somehow managed to sneak into one of her jewelry stores and buy a Zia necklace for herself so she could wear on a national press conference. So it's just the hypocrisy of it has been really frustrating. And people are trying to game the system. I was trying to buy something at the grocery store yesterday and said limit 3 on the sign, but it wouldn't let me scan more than 1. So I went to the customer service rep and said, what's going on? Why can't I do this? He said, it's a governor regulation. He said, I'll help you out. I'll scan 2. We just need to get around her and try to defeat her however we can.
Limit 3 on everything in the supermarket. Except for Halva.
It was lotion.
Hey, that's a necessary item. If a single dude is hunkered down for a number of months with nothing but you porn to look at all day and booze, and you run dry on lotion, that is a critical health issue.
There should not be a limit on lube.
Yeah. Do not, at some point, the version of the guy who beats off with lotion, there's a version of it where it's like the alcoholic drinking rubbing alcohol or lantern oil or something. That is called beating off with shampoo. That is the when you go to shampoo, you have hit your lotion bottom. Mark Geragos is on line 4. Mark?
Adam, I have one question. Why is it when you call me that the lead-in as I'm waiting is the alcoholic drinking rubbing alcohol? After Palm Beach, I don't think that's a fair way to lead in on this program.
I wasn't talking about you, but I was thinking about you. All right, give us an update, Mark.
Hey, the update is for those Hi, Gina. Hi, Balt.
Hi.
For those who don't follow this story, for the last 10 days, at least on Reasonable Doubt, we've been talking about this kind of crusade I've been on to reverse the LA County ban on outdoor dining. And after 3 court appearances and after this judge having the patience of Job in asking the county to come give him one piece of evidence, one data, one study, one anything, they have these things where they do contact tracing, anything that would show a link between outdoor dining and the vector of infection from COVID. They didn't do it. Not only they didn't do it, the county basically doubled down and told him it's basically none of his. In the old days, we'd say none of your beeswax. They filed a couple of declarations that I thought were offensive. And interestingly, yesterday at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the judge issued a 53-page, what's called a tentative decision, where he took all of the arguments that we had made, the declarations, the studies, the law, and everything that the California Restaurant Association had filed, because our 2 cases were consolidated for this hearing. And he basically said, I'm going to find that this county's order is arbitrary and capricious, legal term for you haven't shown me squat. So right before we do the hearing, and I'll get into the hearing in a second, a intrepid reporter somewhere went and confronted Dr. Ghali, Ghaly, who is the Health and Human Services state doctor in charge, and confronted him and said, this judge issued this tentative ruling, and he is on outdoor dining. And he responded, well, it may not be that risky. The decision to include, among other sectors, outdoor dining and limiting that really has to do with the goal of trying to keep people at home, not a comment on the relative safety of outdoor dining. How stunning is that basically they admit, don't bother with the facts, the data, the science, or anything else. And by the way, you 31,000 restaurants who invested tens of thousands of dollars for outdoor dining, go pound sand. And we don't care. And, we'll put aside $6 million for everybody who's not in downtown LA or Pasadena, and you can get a grant. We'll give away more tax money. At the same time that they've hired an outside law firm because apparently the hundreds of lawyers that are on payroll at the county can't handle a case where you challenge a restriction that's based on nothing. And the judge, after a 2-hour hearing, which I can only say somebody else characterized it as His Honor Judge Chalfant, in a withering rebuke to the county, adopted his 53-page decision and made it the final order.
Well, so unfortunately, we've won the battle, but we're probably going to lose the war because it'll be effective in Los Angeles, but not not California, or county, but not California. Or can you give us some of that?
Well, this is what happened. I don't think this was coincidental, but I'll just give you the facts. The county was ordered by the judge last week to supply him with the evidence and file it by 4:30 on last Friday. The state, and mind you, at that point, County of LA was the only county that restricted outdoor dining. All of a sudden, at the same bewitching hour, the state all of a sudden issued an order eliminating outdoor dining. So basically trying to, in my humble opinion, I don't buy that it was a coincidence. I think it was orchestrated. So now the county is under an order that they cannot restrict outdoor dining. What they can do, and the judge said this on the record, they can go and try and enforce the state order at least until Mr. Geragos gets that reversed. And that's quote unquote, and that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to get the state order reversed. I think that it's beyond any reason at this point. And this Dr. Ghali really, I don't know why people in the state of California allow ourselves to be treated like infants.
Well, subjects for sure. or maybe infant subjects.
No, it's the idea that, quote unquote, it really has to do with the goal of trying to keep people at home, not a comment on the relative safety about their dining. So don't believe what we say. Don't do as we do, because God knows Sheila Kuehl, the mayor of San Francisco, the governor in French Laundry, 5 more legislators just the day before yesterday were dining outdoors in Sacramento. You like that? 5 legislators were dining outdoors, and one of them, who I know, who I like a lot, said, "What? Can't we have dinner?" Yeah, no, you can't have dinner. And I think it's really, when you say subjects, at least with subjects, you just give them an order. They're supposed to blindly obey. Here, we know that you're so stupid that you won't question our motives. You're just supposed to roll over. And it's really highly offensive.
Agreed.
Not to mention economic damages. I don't understand. You just put people out of work. Where do they think this is going to end up? Where is the tax revenue going to come forth? You're putting all of these sales tax, the BOE, the everything else. Where is that money going to come from?
Elon Musk. Oh, no, wait a minute. He fucking left. Right? Imbeciles. And I know you're fired up about Gavin Newsom's winery, which is still open, evidently.
Oh, God, yeah. And by the way, the county was arguing that the order on November 25th had to do with the wineries. I mean, this guy was twisting himself in a pretzel to try and make some kind of logical sense yesterday. There is no logic to any of this. There's no data. There's no science. It's complete fiat.
So what is the next step for you? I know you're going to step back into something post-haste. How do we get
the
to
next
the
step
California?
We're going to challenge the state as we speak. Within the last 60 minutes, the state reversed course. They now are allowing socially distant playgrounds, so you can take your kids to the playground. There needs to be an uproar. By the way, Sheila Kuehl needs to be recalled. Gavin Newsom is too much of a lift to get him recalled at this point. There needs to be pressure brought to bear, and the legislature needs to say to themselves, why are you collecting a salary if you've delegated all of your legislative responsibilities to the governor? I don't understand. Then fine, you want to go get dinner? The 5 of you outdoors, then resign and go get dinner. But why are you collecting a paycheck when you gave all of your powers over to the governor? Whatever happened to separation of powers?
I know you represent a tavern owner or a restaurant owner, because I saw you guys on TV last night, who's just defying the orders. I don't understand why we're not defying the orders. I don't get why all the restaurants just don't open up their outdoor dining as it was. They already put all the safety measures in place. The city and the state could not provide any evidence to suggest it was dangerous. Just fucking defy these assholes and just reopen. Just everyone should just reopen at once. They couldn't do anything about it.
It's so funny because the Restaurant Association and the Ellis mentioned that yesterday, the lawyer. There was one guy, the county takes the position we can't police all the restaurants. But one guy who spoke out against it, and he filed a declaration. It's in the evidence, in the record. They came to his restaurant every single day to screw with him because he was voicing objections to it. At the same time that the county says we don't have the resources to police masking or social distancing. They're so full of it and themselves, and they think that people are just stupid. I mean, they assume you are the dumbest, with no facility for logic. And I'll tell you, the only reason that more people have it is because the ABC summarily will revoke your license if you've got a liquor license, or the health department will revoke your health department license. But you know who is exempt from some of these orders? The taco trucks. It's just, once again, the bane of my existence. And I don't understand what the end game is, except if you just want to have a society of meth-addled people struggling with mental illness who get free booze and cigarettes delivered to their hotel room, which we pay for, if you can get them off the streets, if you don't get assaulted, and at the same time we'll feed them with roving taco trucks who don't have to comport with either parking, health department, or any other order.
Well, I don't want to correct you. You say they think people are stupid. They think people are cowards, and they are cowards, and they're sheep, and they are sheep. And I've been arguing with these fucking cowardly sheep for 6 months. They're relying on people's fear, not their IQ. They're scared. They're scared of the fucking government because the government has had so much overreach and so much overregulation for so long that they've grown and by the way, they're punitive. I mean, you fuck with them, they'll fuck with you. They come for you. They'll shut you down. They'll send the sheriff over. They'll send the health inspector over. Nobody wants that. So the government has become so fucking big and, by the way, so arrogant and, again, so vindictive that all the people that live under the awning of Gavin Newsom and Garcetti and the city council are scared. We're scared of our own government. I've told you this a million times. Deal with the fucking building and safety department. You want to build something? You better be scared shitless of those people because they will come over and fuck your shit up. I don't know. I don't think the founding fathers had this in mind. I don't think the fucking founding fathers thought that our subjects should be scared of fucking Gavin Newsom. Yes.
He went on a rant yesterday, which I was so refreshing to hear. He said, if you just accept, he says, the public has been so misled by the panic over this that a normal, healthy human does not have to have this fear. And that, by the way, public health, by definition, in the code section, public health is not something where you say we avoid all risk. He says public health is you manage risk and you do a balancing. There's no balancing. I mean, it's just absolutely none. It's all Chicken Little, the sky is falling.
Yeah. Well, again, it's all the fault of the sheeple. You fucking guys listened. You listened to these fucking tyrannical, dumb, fucking retarded assholes straight through, and you did all their fucking bidding. And if someone got out of line, you sent a tweet. Oh, Dr. Drew. Thanks for doing their fucking bidding, idiots. Now do you know? Now do you know who they are? You know who they are now. Why are we listening?
And this is where we're at right now.
Of course.
It's astonishing to me that it has to come to the fact where you've got to find one brave judge to make a courageous, rational, logical decision that doesn't just say, well, we got the ICU capacity, this capacity, that capacity. I mean, take a look at what we're talking about. Pasadena was the place that basically thumbed their nose at the county of LA for outdoor dining. I called over there surreptitiously before the hearing. Do you know that they had ICU capacity that was better than any place else in the county at Huntington Memorial, which is walking distance to the outdoor dining? Yes. Tells you all you need to know.
Literally, the Parkway Grill, all the dining areas is
Shop
literally
house, all those areas.
They're half a block.
And by the way, you can manipulate ICU capacity like a slot machine. You can take the post-op rooms, turn them into an ICU with basically the movement of staff and anything else. The idea that somehow the idea that this is nothing more than what the Dr. Ghali said was, it has to do with everything with the goal of keeping people at home. It's not on safety. Has nothing to do with safety. Now, all of this is just look at my right hand while I stab you in the back.
Well, if anyone has a shred of fucking dignity, they'll go to the fucking park, tear down the police tape, and go on the fucking swings today, or the horse trail by our house, Mark. And if anyone owns a restaurant, fucking open up the outdoor dining. Do it all at once. Have good luck having them revoke everyone's alcohol license and send over the health inspector. Good fucking luck. Just open up. Just
They've already
fucking
said
open
they
up.
can't.
They can't. They can't enforce all of it. And yes, they're scared they're going to pull their license. But what are they going to do? 31,000 restaurants, small business. They're going to pull all 31,000 alcohol licenses? I don't think so. Just fucking open up. It's time. I don't know why we're listening to assholes. These guys are horrible. They're idiots. And I'm starting to think they're vindictive. I'm starting to think they're nefarious. At the beginning, I thought they were just fucking dumb. Now I'm starting to worry.
I'm with you. I got to jump. Adam, Gina, Bald.
Go, Brian. Go.
Bye.
Thanks, Mark. We appreciate the insights.
Bye, you guys.
I love when he gets agitated. Yes.
Oh, very
Could be the
agitated.
return of could be the return of speakeasies.
I know.
Yeah, it's time. I wanted to say this earlier, but you were on such a rant. I didn't want to interrupt. But when you said all the people living under the umbrella, under the awning of Gavin Newsom are scared, ironically, the only people who aren't scared are people who are literally living under the awning.
Right. You're living on the sidewalk. He's your best friend.
Yeah, then you're good.
All right, everybody. I don't know. Feel like I've been talking about this for a long time. They've been really fucking hustling your fear. And by the way, they're in it. They're in it with CNN. They're in it with MSNBC. They're all fucking in it. They want to scare the shit out of you, and then they want to tell you what to do. I've told you guys a million times, the umbrella of safety. The umbrella of safety. Once they deploy the umbrella of safety, then we all have to do what they want us to do because it's under the guise of safety. Not opening schools, outdoor dining, beaches, parks, playgrounds. There's no scientific anything for any of that shit. But we're all going to listen, aren't we?
Yeah,
all right.
Good for Mark for pointing that out.
Jesus, goddamn Christ. All right, Adam Ray is pulling in. Any significant damage to the vehicle?
In the parking lot. I can't see it off the security cam, but he is walking around his car looking at it. So
get someone out there taking pictures.
All right, we will. We'll get an update on that. We can cancel the calls, Max Paddock, because Adam's here. Let me hit cross rope. You want to get in shape for the Christmas holiday? Get into cross rope. Do a little. I've told you guys, skipping rope. That's the best thing you can do because not only does it work the stamina, gets the get a lather going, as they used to say at the old boxing gym, but you get to work the rhythm as well. So. You want to get ready? Patented weighted rope. The weighted ropes. Oh, you got to use the cross rope. I mean, it doesn't seem like you're lifting barbells, but you use a weighted rope, you can feel it immediately. It's like lifting weights. You get the good cardio, get the added benefits of the full body resistance training. You can do it. You can travel with it, which is always nice. A lot of the gyms are closed inside the hotels. You can... It's durable steel ropes, ergonomic handles, and patented fast clip systems. You can swap out the handles with the weighted ropes. You get the one that fits you the best. 60-day risk-free money-back guarantee. Get a jump on 2021 fitness goals with Crossrope. Right, Dawson?
Finish off your holiday season strong with Crossrope. Get $40 off the Get Fit bundle, plus free shipping at crossrope.com/Adam. That's $40 off a Get Fit bundle at crossrope.com/Adam, ADAM.
All right. Well, speaking of Adam Ray is going to be in here to tell us about his trials and tribulations on the highways and the byways. And we'll do that right after this.
Gum on sidewalks, bums on sidewalks, illegal selling ice cream, freeway signs with barbed wire and graffiti, traffic crawling, clunkers stalling, backed up mile after mile. So on every podcast you will hear Adam yell, Adam yell, LA's such a piece of shit city. One day he'll just move away.
Good timing, Dawson. Adam Ray in studio.
Hey, bud.
Our favorite, Adam Ray. So We got plugs, we got things, we got games, but let's hear about the latest. You were out on an audition.
Audition, and then right to dropping off some dry cleaning. I've got these 2 Korean gals on Fairfax that have been doing my clothes for years now. So much so that we had, we've had a lot of just fun banter over the years. One time they were trying to tell me that there was what I thought was cum stuck in my shirt. They were like, "There's so much cum in the shirt, we couldn't get out." I was like, "Huh?" And there's like long line of pretty girls behind me. They're like, "There's so much cum. This gum is sticky cum." And I was like, "What the fuck? Keep your voice down." That seems like something you could probably email me, maybe shoot a text. Turns out it was gum. So a little bit of a language barrier there. But anyway, these gals are great. Was dropping off some clothes, and I'm sitting there parked on Fairfax.
Hold on, how did gum come out of your dick?
Well, I was hoping to move past that, but I guess now that we're here talking about it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Look,
no, you're right.
No.
That's good. Yeah, right. Sorry, I was on the cum thing and I couldn't detach myself.
Look,
Adam had cum on the brain.
I was molested by the fruit
obviously-
striped zebra. And
The fruit striped zebra.
yeah.
I forgot about the fruit striped
Everyone
zebra.
does because he's out there making memories and
That's
damaging
right.
childhoods. But so I'm sitting there parked, and all of a sudden I just hear a loud bang. Initial instinct, gun, right? Actually, first I'm thinking car. Didn't feel any sort of like movement of my own car. I thought somebody smashed into me. Then I think gun that shot through because it was a huge bang. I mean, a very audible to where you're like, oh, a lot of something just got damaged.
Can I say this about our first impression on loud, jarring noises?
Please.
We're always wrong, and here's how I'll prove it. If it was a gunshot, then the person always go, "I thought it was a backfire." If it's a backfire, you'll go, "I thought it was a gunshot."
Yeah.
We're always wrong on that. We don't make good split. We would make bad fighter pilots.
Part of me thought the guy just maybe like, threw his body into the car. Maybe it was a parkour gone wrong. Maybe
Yes.
the guy was in a fight with his wife about like, well, you don't let me have anything nice. I bought this mini fucking vending machine because it was cool and nostalgic. So maybe he was out. She kicked him out. He's walking down the street. He threw it into my car. Neither of those happened. It was a homeless man. And look, I don't want to assume this could just be somebody that's not a fan of bathing. Or personal appearance when you're walking the streets of Fairfax aren't. He's like, look, this is my hood. Everyone knows me as Dirty Daniel. I don't need soap to get from one spot to the next. He's got a pretty aggressive look, a beanie, real dark skin, and then he disheveled, and was holding a hammer. So he comes up. I hear the smash. I turn back. I see all the back windshield glass just shatter. And then I'm like, oh, shit. And then he just cups.
Oh, wow.
We're looking at a shot of it. I mean, it looks like someone took a shotgun and just blew out your back window.
One tiny little hammer. Like, fucking, that's, I don't know what the Jews, built.
The pyramids with?
Yeah, but don't underestimate the power.
They use
crystal knocks.
Yeah. They use framing hammers. This guy used a finish hammer, and still look at all the damage.
Look at that. With one, by the way, that looks like multiple hits. That was just this guy came up, boom, like this one's for Dave Coulier, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he said something, and then comes up the driver's side, and then gives an elbow to the thing, and then came the hammer up like this, and here's where I get the fight or flight stuff. I think everyone has a different take. My first instinct: close your eyes, clench. Hope that it's over. It's like a circumcision or the, your early, the fruit striped zebras coming at you. You just close your eyes and hope it's over soon. Then my second thought was, put it in drive and go at him. That was my second thought.
I'm sorry. So you were in the car when he blew it out?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were still in the dry cleaners.
No. I was in the car. So I heard the smash, and then he's literally right up the driver's side window. We're locking eyes, part of me was like, maybe this could be a Dirty Dancing thing. Maybe this guy sees my kind eyes and goes, God, I fucked up.
You were leaving. Like, you didn't have a whole hamper full of cum-laden garb to drop off at the parade. You were on
my
the
cum
way out.
pants were already mid-wash, and this
Okay.
guy's looking to just ruin my day.
Wow, man. He blew that back window out while you're sitting in the car.
Yeah,
glass flying
that's
everywhere.
That's why I heard the noise, glass flying everywhere. That's why when he was at my at the driver's side window, again, I was like, man, if he knocks the hammer through the driver's side window, now I'm forced with this quick decision thinking of, do I fucking reach my hand aggressively through the window, shredder style, grab him by the throat? Do I grab the hand? Do I grab the hammer? I've never been in a hand-hammer fight. I was telling Gary I've been in a hammer pants dance-off, in middle school.
Hammer time.
Yeah, I've been in those fights.
Yeah, genie pants, but not this kind of fight.
Harem pants.
And it was a big hammer too. And he had it up. He was. I mean, it's funny how many details you remember in the moment. It was definitely the end of the hammer was coming at me. So
the claw.
Yeah,
the claw side, not the hammer side. Yeah. Oh.
Well, and they just took off into an alley. Cops came. They're like, "Do you want to press charges?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Life has pressed charges against him. Gravity.
That's what I'm saying, right? But then the cop was like, "Well, he's going to be out here." He's like, "No doubt, if he jacked you up, or what? I can't remember what the cop said, but
come on the brain."
The cop said something about him jacking you off or up, and I was like, you might want to get that wording right before we start talking about pressing charges.
Well, I have a couple thoughts, which is we have not done the proper math, which is we have been marveling over the last year or so all the building projects that are going on the streets of Los Angeles, the double-decker shanty towns, the houses with the slides. I mean, again, the homeless encampments that have slides and barriers and pulling electricity off of street posts and pulling water out of hydrants and doing all that. But we are kind of missing something, which is you need tools to do all this shit.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot of homeless people walking around with hammers
Leftover
and hacksaws and crowbars and
machetes.
Yeah, but this is kind of dangerous.
Paninis.
Kind of dangerous shit when someone loses their cookies and has access to an 18-volt battery-operated Sawzall with a 12-inch by-cutting metal blade on it. Sorry to get specific, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the CVS cashier ran across the street and was like, "Did that guy just knock out in your car?" And I was like, "No, man, it was me. I'm just fed up with these fucking masks." He goes, "Oh, really?" I was like, no, yeah, it was that crazy guy for sure. And he was like, "Oh, okay, cool." He's like, he was just in CVS filling a bunch of bags with booze and like dragging the hammer across the aisle, like knocking shit off. And I was like, well, this guy's just not doing crime right, because you got to pick one lane.
Right,
either be the destructive guy that's taking everybody down, or go into CVS, hold a hammer. CVS probably goes, all right, maybe we let this guy take one bottle of Chardonnay and a couple Kit Kats and cut our losses. But
how high is your deductible? It's a callback to Gina's super high deductible.
Oh, okay.
You know what it is?
In these pressing times, mine feels very high.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if the cop also was so adamant about me pressing charges if he's seen this guy before.
I'll tell you the good news about the broken
They did
glass.
catch him.
They did.
Yeah, I was like, he's right there in the alley, probably taking a shit.
I have seen.
And by the way, I'm fine, so it's like whatever. You chalk it up as like a.
I don't think they're going to charge you to replace that rear windshield on that
really?
Lexus of yours, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I've seen 250 of those Safe Life commercials where they come in and repair the glass. And every single time at the end, the woman pulls out her pocketbook to pay, and the guy's like, "No, your money's no."
No.
So evidently, it's free.
Okay.
So
Safe Life repair,
if they don't see, if they don't believe you, show them the commercial where the person is attempting to pay. I like that she pulls out a pocketbook and she's going to peel off a few 20s like she's at a strip club, and the guy's like, "No, your money's no good here." All right. On a serious note, I talked to my sister on Sunday. She lives in the Silver Lake area, and she's like, she's got this beautiful home. She's been working on it. It's great, interesting, a lot of cool architecture, 100 years old, blah, blah, blah. She goes, I'm going to move. And I said, "Why are you moving?" She goes, I can't take the homeless. I can't take it anymore. I can't stand seeing it. I can't stand it on the street. Like, I just can't. I can't deal with it. I mean, I'm lucky in that I don't live in it. I drive through it. But, man, if you lived in it,
yeah.
I mean, you're at the point where you just kind of have to move, right? Like, would you want to deal with it? What if you have kids? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because if I was outside the car, I start thinking, like, what would he have just chased me with the hammer? And then am I running away from a guy with a hammer? Or, again, do you just take a beat and go, what are you made of? 2020's been a weird year, but it's also been a year where I think you just decide for yourself, I'll fight a guy with a hammer if he comes at me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does seem like a move is probably if you're dealing with it so consistently, right? Like where it is affecting maybe your family. But if a guy, let's say a guy nightly, screams outside your window. I used to have a guy when I lived on La Brea and Waring lived in the bushes across the street and would scream nightly. A lot of obscenities, a lot of stuff. At some point, we were just like, he could be in acting class working on a monologue. There's a lot of actors out here.
Adam would tell me all the time. The guy'd start screaming, and Adam would open the window. Hey, I'm trying to beat off up here. Give me a break.
Oh, no joke. No joke. I love that you just know where this is going. I
can use that.
That would definitely start. That would happen a lot.
Well, when you
because I'm talking right outside the window. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right. So it's getting into like at a certain point you just have to use it, right?
Right.
You're just like, all right, I'm creating a scene like. There's somebody, like, whatever porn I'm watching, there's a scream from down the hall. Maybe it's the husband who hears what's happening.
Yeah.
So I start trying to use the elements to paint the picture.
Yeah, you have to incorporate.
And then if he's not screaming one day, now I'm conditioned to need it. So I open the window. Hey, get a job, yeah. So I was like, fuck you. I'm like, here we go.
Oh, thanks.
Then the shirts happen.
I got to go down to the cleaners.
Get this gum out. But,
So much gum.
I don't know. I haven't dealt. When I'm living down at USC, there was quite a bit of rigmarole down there. But they were fun. There was a homeless guy named lived outside the donut shop. Slim. He's been there.
I know Slim.
Is he still there?
We both went to USC. I know Slim.
Yeah. Holy shit.
My brother went there 4 years after me and had a very annoying lowered truck. And Slim was like, that's a nice ride, man. I'll wash it for you while you go to the store.
Dude.
Give him a buck.
Shouldn't Slim be outside of the kale shop?
He was outside Spud Nuts, the donut shop on Figueroa. You know what's so funny about Slim? I think he has been there forever because I did a show for USC kids about a year ago. And I was talking about it, and they were all like, "Yeah, it's Slim."
Right.
Slim.
And I was like, "Is he still doing this? Is he still? If you give him $20, will he still make up an alphabet?" Which he did for us one night. Which, by the way, to this day, the first 5 or 6 letters of the alphabet was. He's like, "Alphabet." He's like, "Whatever you want, $20, I'll do it." We're like, "Make us an alphabet," which is high as balls. He's like, "All right, A B Y, Guaga." Like he just started doing sounds. And I do this bit on the show, is like recounting the story. Bill Burr gets up after me, and he goes, all right, I'm gonna do regular stand up. Sorry, I don't know all the fucking characters in your guys' neighborhood to pull stories on. And
Adam Ray. So I speaking of Slim, I relayed this story, I don't know, a month and a half ago. Everyone at USC, I assume you, knew Jazz Guy. Who would just cruise down the fraternity row with jazz blasting from basically a PA system.
Yeah.
You could hear him coming down the street.
Yeah.
If you talk to those guys, they remember Adam. Oh, yeah, Come Bear. I know that dude. I did the alphabet for him one time. He was high as balls.
Old gum pants, yeah.
He forced me to yell in his face while he beat off.
He almost stopped beating off. He was laughing so hard.
By the way, if he parks on Fairfax, grab a hammer.
I will tell you, and I've talked about it before, but sadly,
is that Slim?
We looking at Slim?
Yeah, that's Slim.
Holy shit!
There's like a documentary on him on YouTube. It's 5 minutes.
I only ever saw Slim at night.
Wow.
Now,
well, with all the directors who went to USC and then got high and went out to get donuts, it would make sense that an Oliver Stone. Somebody would want to capture this on cellular.
And share
Ron
his story.
Howard, yes.
Now, I do love it. Wouldn't it be fucked up if we did find out Ron Howard did make a documentary, but then he's still on the streets?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you are going to go out of your way to capture something and videotape them, like, help them make that next step.
I don't want to, well, maybe you'll feel blessed by this, but I've told the story. It's been a long time. famous boxing analyst and sports announcer Max Kellerman.
Oh, yeah.
His brother was killed by a guy with a hammer. Killed with a hammer, just by a guy.
Knocked upside the head?
By a boxer,
essentially, probably wasn't the meaty part of the thigh, if I'm doing the math on killed by a hammer.
Oh.
But yes.
God.
Sorry for being condescending. But
No.
yeah.
No,
yeah, not knocked in the shoulder, probably in the head.
Yeah.
Multiple times, I guess. He was staying with him, so he wasn't a homeless guy.
God.
Well, he could have been homeless.
It was a boxer who was like rehabbing out of prison or something, right?
Whose nickname
There's a lot going on there.
was the Harlem Hammer.
No.
Yes.
Oh, so it's kind of, see, when the nickname is that,
Yeah, the insane
obvious.
story is I made a boxing movie called The Hammer, and I invited Max Kellerman.
And?
Because I had no idea that this had just happened.
Did he come? Did he gum?
Not like you.
It's hard when Adam asks that to know what he means. Did he arrive?
Yes. No,
Did he
he
show up with
said
a plus
invitation?
he was nice, but he's like, I can't because of this. I mean, if you think about what an insane, morbid coincidence. Of
Please
course,
tell
I
me-
was irate.
Please tell me. Yeah, I was going to say, please tell me you were like, hey, man, if you don't want to come, just say so.
I said, get over yourself, but that's about all I wrote. No,
This is quite the excuse.
That's an insane story.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine
And awful.
a worse?
Nope.
How could it be worse timing than that? The
Nope.
name of the movie's The Hammer. It's about a boxer, and your brother was just killed by a boxer who was
God,
called The
I'm
Hammer
sorry.
with a hammer. It's insane. What year was he?
2004.
2004. So
Sam
it was a,
Kellerman.
It was a
Yeah.
few
Movie came out
years.
in 06.
Yeah, it was a few
still
years
grieving.
before.
It's like if your
It's his
dad,
younger brother.
It's like if your dad was killed by a Wonder Bread truck, and then you invited that guy to the opening of your like Carolla sandwich shop, and you asked him to cut the ribbon.
Yeah, or even
He's like-
cut the sandwich.
He even cut the sandwich. He's like, dude, you know my relationship with bread.
Where do you guys go? Diagonal cut or straight across cut on a sandwich?
Always on the bias.
I go missionary.
We weren't allowed to have triangle cut for some reason. So now I'm obsessed with it.
Wait, weren't allowed?
No, it was unthinkable for some reason. We had the most boring, like if you take a piece of bread and you just look at it, you don't even go long straight line, just that sad right down the middle cut. And I hated it.
Now, what also falls in line with a parent that's like, you don't get that diagonal cut, you don't get to watch TV after 10, and gays can't get married? Like, what's...
You got to earn it.
You know what it felt like to me? And this can't be right. But since we never had mayonnaise and we never had white bread, it seemed like as Jews, we weren't allowed to have a triangle cut. We had a lot of corned beef and mustard and shit like that. But we weren't allowed to have, like the processed turkey with the mayonnaise because that was goyisha.
Now, was the...
Turn upside down and you got a Star David.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a triangle cut, like, resemble some sort of, like, Nazi emblem? Is there, like, what's the reason for a Jew to really get...
Well, I guess if you took a few sandwiches and you did them all triangle cut, it would look like a swastika.
Well, there you go.
I'll tell
Okay.
you.
And-
Can I explain why the Jews don't abide by the diagonal triangle cut?
Please, the floor is yours.
When you cut a sandwich in half, you just go the width of the bread, probably about 5 inches.
Right.
You go diagonally, triangle cut, that's a longer cut. That's probably more in the 6.5 range. So there's probably about 15 to 20% more surface to cut through. Sharpening knives is expensive. Now, just hear me out.
Yeah.
Having to have
butter
those knives sharpened once a year versus every 9.5 months because you want the long way with the cutting ends up, you can feel that in your pocketbook. That hits your bottom line.
You're
and
right.
the Jews,
I never thought about that.
the Jews specifically,
Yeah.
are so obsessed with money that every little bit.
Thank you, Roald Dahl.
It's called penny pinching. It's not called dollar pinching or $20. It's pennies.
Yeah.
Pennies. So think about and over the course of a lifetime, you have sandwiches, every day from kindergarten to high school.
It adds up.
And you take those distances right to left versus diagonal, you could circle the globe 5 times with the extra bread. And then look, I'm not an idiot. The bread doesn't dull a knife. But what about the meat? What about the cheese?
Oh, sure.
You know what a fucking pimento loaf will do to a ginsu?
Oh.
Boy, that seems like.
Throw it away.
By the way, that sounds like what the homeless guy could have asked me before he smashed my car in.
I was watching a commercial last night for some new Wonder knife. I don't know where
That's
the
exciting.
fuck. I saw. Well, but here's the thing, and I grew up on the ginsu.
Yes.
Guy, first off, doing things I would never do with a knife isn't enticing. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to saw through this engine block. Right. Cut a can and say, call me crazy. I'll use the can opener. But this dude lined up like 6 bottled waters and sliced the top off of all of them.
Yeah.
That
looks fun.
And then did a paper thin slice on a tomato. I can't remember what that knife is called. It's a new knife. I just saw the commercial last night. But you guys tell me, give me your take on this. The dude who was doing all the knife tricks, cutting through, there was a big steak that was frozen solid, and he just went right through the steak. Sure. He went right through the water bottles. He went through everything. He was buff. And my feeling is you're kind of shitting on your own point, because this buff dude could probably do this with a palm frond. He's so goddamn, he's got so much upper body.
Well, were they saying that he got stronger because of his action with the knife?
You know what, Adam? Wow. That may be what was I didn't pick it up. Because I was like, I don't have that kind of upper body. I could probably only get through 4 water bottles. When you invite people over for water, but you want it to be festive.
You got to open it somehow.
When you can't afford that birthday clown.
That's right.
Right.
What? Oh, God. What was that commercial? I saw it on Fox. I was watching Geragos. I think it was on Shannon Brain. I think.
I got it. It's the trusted butcher knife. We'll put it.
Oh, yeah. It was put out by a company that was a butcher for many years, and finally has decided to make their own knife. That's always the best sell.
Oh, thank God.
I got fed up with regular knives.
Yeah.
I had to make my own, because you guys all know that. There's not a big enough knife selection out there. You have trouble using knives because no one makes the right knife for you. Let's see if we can find this spot.
Oh,
Trusted Butcher.
Butcher.
All right, watch this commercial. It is magnificent.
Is your drawer looking like a disaster?
Yes.
Bread knives, cheese knives, paring knives, choppers, and cake knives.
Yeah.
How many knives do
Like
you
the
really
Under
need?
Siege
And every
soundtrack.
time you cut, you struggle. You smoosh it. You hack it. It does everything but cut it.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. Introducing the Trusted Butcher Professional Chef Knife.
Look at that.
Engineered with super steel. It can cut through this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 12 waters.
Not even this will dull it. The
Look at
super
that
steel
tomato. You
blade
can
is
see
sharper
through
than
it.
regular knives. Can your other knives do this?
Oh,
It will
what he
tackle
did to
any
those
job in your
cassava
kitchen.
melons.
Rock hard. To the most
You want
delicate
people to be
fruit.
fucking as soon as
Want
your
your knife
barbecue
to glide
starts?
through cheese? How about a gigantic stack of
Yeah,
sandwiches?
Gina,
That
they went
slices
the
9
Goyam direction.
Gliding through butter.
It's a
There's
dogwood.
nothing this knife can't cut.
Look at that. See, the
Trusted
guy's all
Butcher,
buff. The guy's
America's #1 supplier of
Yeah,
meat.
the
fuck
guy's
that.
yo.
Making
Fuck
their
that.
8-inch chef knife available to the public. Each blade super steel
Wait till you guys
construction
hear
is
about the
harder than
balance of
regular
the
steel. They're individually polished.
I was
and
about to
sharpened,
ask, are
so
they-
the
Yeah.
blades will stay super
No,
sharp.
it's balanced.
Trusted Butcher is used by chefs, restaurants around the world,
Well, I would hope
culinary
so.
schools, and butcher shops.
He was like
because the
homeless
super
guys,
steel
murderers,
holds its
love this
edge
thing.
and has been called the workhorse that can cut through everything.
30 years of being a butcher. I've used a lot of
I
knives.
fucking had wood by this
Trusted
point in the
Butcher.
commercial.
Yeah,
I'm canceling my Pornhub
Now you can
subscription
slice
tonight.
through turkey like it's going through butter. Fillet fish with precision.
Oh, look at that.
Shred through cabbage like a well-oiled machine. And chop veggies like the pros. Look, this
Pros are
$200 knife
beleaguered
has a handle that's too
Mexicans.
heavy. This
The balance.
$300
The
knife
balance.
has a blade that's too heavy.
Dude, no.
The Trusted Butcher is perfectly
It's like
balanced.
Grandma's house.
It's a comfortable knife
I mean,
in your
someone's
hands
just
that will
got
give
3
you
little
precision
pigs
cuts
or
and
no,
ultimate control.
Goldilocks. Sorry.
By the way, that was the buff guy's girlfriend, and he was like, "Just do one shot of the cucumbers," and she's like, "I don't, I don't do, I don't.
It's my thing.
It's not my, yeah."
Yeah. How good is that? How much is that knife? I want one of those knives.
We know
I'm
it's
seeing
less
just-
than $300.
Just 3 easy payments of $24.99.
I'm all about those easy payments.
Oh.
How
That's a
how
Ronco
many
move.
water bottles did he go
I'm
through?
gonna say 8.
And then I thought that must be like 11 or 12. That looked like a lot of water
Could have
there.
been a double-digit slice. But let's talk about the arm. Sleeveless shirt, real
That's what I'm
muscular.
saying.
And I mean, do you need that type of tricep definition to get through a
Well,
pineapple
that's my
and a
point.
watermelon?
Like, I feel like he did 9 bottles. Maybe I'm good for 6.
I think so.
Okay, so it was 10 water bottles, and the knife is actually $20. The 3 easy payments was for like steak knives, a thermometer,
all
like
the
whole
extra
package,
goodies.
Yeah.
That knife is only $20. Where do I sign?
I would like to go to impoverished parts of Africa and show them these commercials and go, "This is how little we care about food. Look at us. We're just chopping through everything. Water, good drinkable water, spread out all over the counter." All right,
who directed that commercial?
Ron Howard? How do you cheat the water? How do you cheat the water bottle move? Let's see if we can all put our engineers caps on. I mean, it was one shot. You got to show us the water bottle again. All right, let me hit a spot here, and then we'll figure out. We'll all weigh in. How would you engineer the water bottle, as we call it in the industry, gag? The water bottle stunt. How would you guys think to do that?
Because it wasn't one take.
Hold
on.
a theory.
You have a theory? Good.
Yeah.
Everyone put together a theory.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, obviously, you can't score it first or something because then water would be leaking out.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at it. Let me hit Madison Reed. Madison Reed. These guys have been making top shelf hair coloring for women for many, many years. And now there's Madison Reed Mister. So it's a gray blending, natural looking color for your hair and for your beard as well. You can check out the before and after shots on their website. No shoe polish look, just a very natural look. Maybe want a little more pepper and a little less salt. Well, Madison Reed Mister makes it easy to find the color, and you can just match it up on the website. It's quick and easy. Comes in the mail. Just apply the color that you've already matched on the website to your hair and put on the activator. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Rinse it out. And again, they'll deliver it right to your door. It's Madison Reed Mister, right, Dawson?
Go to MadisonReedMister.com. That's MadisonRedm and use code Adam10 for 10% off plus free shipping on your first box. Again, that's code Adam10.
All right, shall we? Yeah, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can figure out how to engineer the 10 water bottle knife gag right after this.
Adam Carolla's I'm Your Emotional Support Animal, navigating our all-woke, no-joke culture, has over 1,000 5-star reviews on Amazon. Here's one.
Completely on point and completely relevant for today. Jack and Ward showing us that something same physics, see, Uncle Bean and Aunt Jemima.
Eloquent and succinct. Pick up I'm Your Emotional Support Animal, navigating our all-woke, no-joke culture, and leave your 5-star review on Amazon. Get all the links at adamcarolla.com.
Adam Ray is here, fresh off his smash hit Rear Window and his crowd work.
Speaking of
crowd
smash
work
hits.
album. I'll take it from here. It's available now on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find music. And of course, About Last Night, the podcast available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify as well.
Got some great guests. Just had Henry Winkler on the Fonz.
Love that guy.
The man, the nicest guy ever.
Nicest guy in show business.
And I got Sean Kemp coming up. I'm going to do it from his weed shop in Seattle.
Wow.
Tell Sonny about that. I bet he'll geek out.
Hey, I'm trying to think of how much he knows about Sean Kemp. Okay. The gag.
Yeah.
Well, let's watch it one more time. He's lined up 10 water bottles. They seem to be just your regular clear drinking water bottles, kind you'd find everywhere. And he just went through them all.
Now, do you think he did a few first, or did he start big? Did he do like 20 and go, that's too many? The chicks are going to get the message is clear with, you said 10? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys think?
Okay. I've got a pretty solid theory. Those bottles never move despite a pretty blunt force hitting them right in the middle. So those bottles are clearly secured on the bottom, whether it's with glue or double-sided tape or Velcro or something. And if they're secured on the bottom, Adam, you understand that if you whack them, they're not going anywhere. You're just going to go right through them with that knife. So they are 100% secured on the bottom. We can watch it again. The bottoms of the bottles do not move. Or if they do, it's a slight wobble. But yeah.
Yeah.
The bottles are secured 100%.
I'd hate to go to the Magic Castle with you, but I think you're absolutely right.
Oh, there's definitely
Just
secured
ruin
at the
everything.
bottom. That's an easy cheat. The other question is did they cool it down? Did they do something? Did they cycle the plastic? Did they heat it up and cool it? Did they make it? You don't want it to have give, you want it to be a little brittle, and I've probably got the super thin wall stuff that you find. Sometimes you grab the bottle and it's super thin.
Very flimsy.
Yeah, the flimsy ones. I actually was thinking the same thing, but I was thinking the opposite. So apparently I don't know how this shit works. I thought they would have to put warm water in it to make the plastic more pliable.
Yeah, you want rigidity more than give, I would
cold
say.
is the way to go.
But if Adam Ray wants to swing over to Gold's Gym in Venice Beach and find this guy, we could probably feed him a couple of beers and get to the truth. He'd probably sign some paperwork that says he can't talk about it, but you got to ply him with a couple of cold ones.
I mean, it could have been, I would love to know if it's like it looked the arm looked very reminiscent of like Danny Bonaducci. I don't know if you ever watched that talk show he was on with the four dudes. It was like Bonaducci, Mario Lopez. I want to say Seal and Erica Estrada. Who was it?
Dick Clark
was the host? Or he was one of the four?
He was on the panel.
I think Dick Clark was on the panel.
That's amazing. All right, that makes that show already. I get why it happened. But Bonaducci and Lopez, I'm like, all right, who else is there? But the arms, I remember Bonaducci always put his arms up. He was always real animated. The guy was like looking to get a cartoon made off his life, and he would do a lot of arm stuff. So when the guy brought it in to slice the pineapple, I was like, that looks very Danny-like.
We have the guy doing it live in front of a studio audience.
Of course, dude. You don't. Yeah, this isn't a pre-tape moment. He needs to see the eyes of these ladies.
The 10 water bottle challenge.
Okay, real quick. Which one of these girls do you think he's looking directly at while he's slicing the water bottles?
I'm gonna say the chick in the turquoise dress with the blonde hair,
icy blue top.
Yeah, she looks good.
Right.
You can go for the MILF in the second row on the red top.
All right, this is Bad Pod. Here we go.
Master Phil, I'm not going to shake your right hand.
Oh, look at him.
I'm just going to ask, would you use any knife to do this stunt?
No.
No.
Not every knife can do it.
Okay.
But I trust the trusted butcher knife to get the job done.
Well, just in case you were not sold on the fruit chopping, we're going to sell you on 10 bottles of water.
I know you got to get back to the set of... all right, let's watch it.
Getting ready.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The finishing move.
Yeah.
He rehearsed that.
Aishidoshi.
Tops are everywhere. The tops are everywhere, Bob.
Oh, my God. Did you see that? He was like, no more.
I don't want to overstate the obvious, but yes, you have to secure the bottom for sure. That's for sure the move you have to do. But I don't even really look at that as a cheat. I'll give the guy his due. At some point, someone's going to step up to 11. And then someone's going to step up to 12, and then there's going to be a baker's dozen.
I'd love to meet the
Someone's going
guy.
to hurt themselves.
Right, and eventually someone's going to get stabbed.
Who's going to try to $1 Price is Right this guy, though? Who's going to be the guy to go, really, 10 bottles? 11.
Yeah.
Because that guy looks like the type of guy that if he finds out you even, like, talk to his daughter in middle school and you're in high school, like, he's going to, like, send you a link to that video.
Right.
And then say,
that's all you
imagine
need.
if that's your dick. And you're like, and then you just text back, well, I only have one dick, man. And he's like, I know, but the point being that look how quick I slice through anything that's not a dick. And you're like, all right, man.
I guarantee if you scroll through the credits of Mad Max Fury Road, you will find that guy's name somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere he's on
Hanging
there.
off one of the poles.
The guitar player.
Or he was an extra on The Shield.
All right, should we play the Sling It Forward game? Sling TV has the best TV shows and movies to show all the great viewing options you have with Sling TV. Let's play the Sling It Forward game. Dawson, give us the movie descriptions, and we will compete to guess the movie.
It's time to play Sling It Forward, the game that's suspiciously familiar. Brought to you by Sling TV.
All right, I will go by the name Pete because we have someone else here named Adam, and that would get... No. but it actually
That
works
works.
now.
Yeah.
So when you think of the name of the movie, shout out your name.
These are the actual Sling TV descriptions.
Okay, and so we're trying to guess the title.
Yeah.
And just yell my name out.
Yes.
Great.
In the 1940s, a boy attempts to convince his parents, his teacher, and Santa that a red Gina.
Gina. Christmas Story.
From 1983, A
I
Christmas
couldn't
Story.
think of the name of the thing.
Yeah.
An uptight FBI special agent.
Pete. Point Break.
Is paired with a foul-mouthed
Adam. Cop and a half.
Boston cop.
Brian. Starring the great Adam Ray. The Heat.
The Heat.
Oh,
From 2013.
Nice.
Well played.
Wait a minute. We're not theme-based here, are
No.
we?
The theme is what's on Sling TV.
You weren't in A Christmas
Just
Story?
a happy accident.
No, but I was in a divorced Hanukkah.
A gay cabaret owner and his drag queen companion. Pete.
Brian.
Gina.
Damn it.
Birdcage.
Yeah.
The Birdcage
I
from
love that
1996.
Can we just go to the producers for a second? Because the whole show, I feel like there's been like a half a second lag. So just note that I knew the birdcage and was screaming my own name.
Better be quicker.
The audio does not lie, Gina. Delay or no delay.
Oh, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Dawson?
You know that thing called home field advantage? Well, you're experiencing it now. You're the away team.
As the queen team of the Fruit Flies, and as a guy who grew up in the San Fernando Valley and worked construction, you should fucking hang your head that I beat you to that punch,
fault.
Gina Grant.
Sure.
That's the real point, isn't it? Yeah.
We could go back and listen to the audio. You hear Brian for sure.
How dare you?
A very underrated performance by Hank Azaria in that film.
Agreed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Next up, the story of three not so bright men.
Adam.
3
men and a baby.
Who come up with a series of crazy schemes to get a friend, Gina,
Pineapple Express.
out of jail.
Adam.
Wait.
You can't go
Didn't
back.
you already buzz?
Can't do it
Yeah,
again.
you can't buzz it again.
Damn it.
All right. Read it one more time, Dawson. Sorry.
The story
Brian,
of three.
Brian, I know what this is.
Yeah.
Brian?
This is Half Baked.
Yeah, baby.
From 1998,
Yeah.
it is Half Baked.
Great movie.
Oh, never saw that one.
What?
I'm sorry.
Written by
Dave Chappelle.
Neil Brennan and Chappelle, yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
A father who can't keep his promises.
Gina.
Gina.
Liar, liar.
It's a good one.
Dies in a car accident.
Brian.
Brian.
This is wow, very obscure. What dreams may come?
No.
1
I
year
know it.
later,
I know
he
it.
returns as a snowman.
Adam.
Oh, no.
Adam.
Yeah.
Jack Frost.
From 1998, Jack
Nice.
Frost.
Hey, only because it had the name Jack in it.
Fresh off of Multiplicity.
That's right.
Everybody's on the board. Brian has 2.
By the way, whoever thought Batman would be Jack Frost? That's like fucking Kaiser Soze shit.
A frontiersman or frontiersman on a fur trading expedition.
Gina.
Gina.
Oh shit.
The Revenant.
From 2015,
Oh,
The Revenant.
Yeah. Forgot they're trading fur.
In a post-apocalyptic world.
Trading fur now just sounds like a euphemism for lesbians getting off, right?
That's right.
You scissoring? You trading fur? All right.
Yeah,
What you
there's
got?
pelts.
Hey,
There
man.
should be more euphemisms.
Is this like pelt on pelt action, or is one of you shaved? Sorry.
Could you write a
Start
book
over.
of euphemisms? A coffee table book?
I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, I should.
In a post-apocalyptic world, a family is forced to live in silence.
Pete.
Brian.
Gina.
Pete.
Oh man. No. What?
Pete.
Is that Brian? I can't think of the fucking name of this. Quiet. I can't think of the fucking name of this
Quiet Family?
This movie.
Yes, Quiet Family.
Silence
Sequel got
Kids.
pushed back to
I know.
Sequel
That's fucking me up.
Shut up, Trevor.
Yeah. All right. I can't think of it.
Got to go to Brian.
A Quiet Place.
From 2018, A Quiet Place.
That's right.
For Shut Up, Trevor.
With his wife's disappearance having become the focus of an intense media circus.
Adam.
Brian.
Adam.
Airbud 6.
What?
A man.
Pete.
All right.
Brian,
I told you, Brian.
I read it
It's the
2
delay.
times.
It's the delay.
Oh, my God.
The Fugitive.
Brian.
Brian.
Jesus Christ, it's Gone Girl.
From 2014, it's Gone Girl.
Good movie.
I hated that movie.
Not a good movie.
I hated it.
What?
I don't
Didn't see it.
Neil Patrick Harris.
He was great.
Yeah, he was great.
Brian is one away from a win.
Damn it.
3 parents try to stop their daughter. Pete.
Cock blockers.
Brian.
Oh, wow.
Are you serious? Is it?
From 2018.
No, it's just called blockers.
Adam.
Yeah, but they have a rooster on it with the fucking thing.
Yeah, dude. There's a
And we talked to the judges.
Go
We
to
have to
IMDb
accept
right
that.
fucking now and look
We
up
have
the
to
name of
accept
this
that.
movie.
No, that's all right. Brian,
You
you're
have
on
to
a...
accept it.
Got the
Sorry, you're on a-
rooster
you're
on the
delay.
thing.
We have to accept it.
Everyone says it in their head.
Do you think they tried to call it cock blockers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a working title.
That was what they wanted to call it.
I got a crew hat.
That's why the judges said we had to
If I had
accept it.
time, I'd go to my fucking car and get the crew hat, and you'd apologize to me right now, Brian. You're fucking lucky I don't have time for that shit.
Hey, as Dawson said, the judges said.
More.
Is that it?
More.
All right, Gina and Pete have 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Adam has 1. Brian has 4.
Fuck.
Shit.
A young African American visits his white girlfriend's
Adam.
Gina.
Sorry. No, sorry.
Adam
went first.
Adam.
Yeah, it's Get Out. I think you said Gout, but it's Get Out. Yeah.
From 2017, it is Get Out.
Oh, Gina.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who did that go to?
That was Adam Ray, Ms. DeLay.
Ms. DeLay.
Brian, you feel me on this, yes?
I know we're playing at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Christ.
You zoom, you lose.
We're
Makers of
at
you
Greenwich
snooze, you
Mean Time
lose.
over here.
Comes you zoom, you lose.
A holiday gathering threatens to go off the rails when this dad realizes his daughter's Silicon Valley millionaire boyfriend, Brian.
They promoted this on
We all
the
went
show,
to this.
right? Isn't it Why Him?
We went to it.
From 2016 and for the win.
Wow.
And the question we always ask, why him? Brian wins.
I won with 7.
Sling it
How dare
forward.
Good job.
Brought to you by Sling TV.
Yep, make the smart choice and switch to Sling TV. Get the best cable for the best price. Easy to switch and save. Learn more at sling.com/Adam. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and do the news with Adam Ray right after this.
Give me the news with Grad, news with Gina Grad, breaking viral, all those crazy Trump tweets. Give me news with Gina Grad, trouble in the Middle East, celebrity drunk meltdowns. Need news with Gina Grad.
The news with Gina Grad.
Well, since we're hot off a game about movies, let's start with a movie that has been picking up some serious social media steam. KFC and Lifetime announced a partnership for a holiday mini movie called A Recipe for Seduction. It's a 15-minute short starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of the restaurant chain, whose name and likeness are still used as symbols of the chain. The release describes the film as a steamy holiday love affair involving a young heiress whose mother has handpicked a suitor for her. But when a handsome young chef with a secret fried chicken recipe and a dream arrives, he sets in motion a series of events that unravel the mother's devious plans. This trailer is worth watching. So here is a delightful 60 seconds for the Recipe for Seduction trailer.
First things first. I have seen better jobs of graying a guy's hair up in porn movies.
For sure.
Like, I've seen like a 26-year-old Peter North play an elderly convalescent home guy who was horny, and they literally just take talcum powder and comb it through his hair with Vaseline.
Yeah.
That was comical. Number two, you always know the bad fiancé because he's the guy with the sweater tied over his shoulders.
Yeah.
If you
Absolutely.
ever see a guy
in Pretty in Pink.
You ever see a dude with the sweater, not the sweater on? By the way, sweater tied around the waist, I can hang with that dude. That's a cool dude.
Yeah.
That's a guy you want to party with. You want to fucking shoot snooker with that dude. But over the shoulder?
No, that guy doesn't want to get wet.
You take the fucking sweater, the same sweater, you slide it down 17 inches. You're the fucking coolest guy at the party.
Yeah.
You put it up over your shoulder. You're the biggest douchebag that Bel Air's ever produced.
Yeah,
That's right.
Just a little shoulder, just a little sweater placement.
Now, are they putting out a short because they're trying to tease and also just, try to gauge people's interest on a full-length feature film? Are they like, how much do people love Mario and how much do people love the idea of the KFC recipe having its own film?
Well,
right.
Here's
I think
the
it's
problem.
a good question. Yeah.
The fundamental problem, I don't know how much Lifetime holiday movies you guys watch or Hallmark or whatever. It's become quite the nightly ritual in the Bishop household.
I love it.
These movies are parodies of movies. Like, you can't parody a parody. It's beyond, you know what I mean? Like, these movies are already ridiculous and absurd and predictable and tongue-in-cheek and self-aware. Like, to do a parody of that is like gilding the lily. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's
It's
the
not gonna
question.
work.
Besides the one that Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig did, which was awesome.
But that was serious.
But that's what I'm saying. How self-aware are those movies? Because I've never seen one.
They're delightfully self-aware.
I think, again, it all depends on the trailer. Like, if it's like, Jackson was just a 7-year-old boy who didn't believe in Santa until one day his friend Noah threw his chinchilla in the fire. From the producers of Jack, like, there's if the setup in the trailer like this one gives you an idea that it's, as ridiculous as it is, I think you don't have a problem buying into the, the jokiness of it.
I think the bigger thing here is everything is now going to be integration because you can't do commercial breaks because everyone just fast forwards through the commercials.
Yes.
So it's a bygone era, unless it's a super killer commercial about a knife where the guy's cutting through fucking 10 bottles of Perrier in slow motion.
Hey,
now,
turquoise blouse, watch this.
Right. But
So you think this is more infotainment, like a long commercial?
well, if you really just think about the way, think about the way these things are playing out. There used to be just commercial breaks, and the commercial breaks aren't effective now because everyone tapes everything and everyone files it. So you have to integrate the product into the actual body. You have to weave it into the fabric of the material.
More product placement.
And so there's going to be, Arby's, the movie.
Hopefully.
There's going to be Colonel Chick-fil-A.
Oh my
Get into the study now. I have coarse words for you. Like, yes, you're going to see more and more just sort of woven into the body. I mean, I was watching
In and Out on Skinamax.
Yes. We've got the beef. I told you I bought a UFC fight 6 months ago for $65. They were doing live reads in the middle of the rounds.
No way. For what, Charmin?
On a $65 buy-in.
Oh, God.
During the fight. During the 5-minute round, a little banner would pop up and the guy would do a read during the fight of the fight you already paid for.
Boy, look at him go down. So much blood and sweat. That's going to be a lot to clean up. Swiffer.
You need the quicker picker-upper. Yeah. I mean, because if everyone is going to get up and leave during the commercial, if everyone's going to fast forward, if the edict is everyone who tapes everything fast forwards through everything, well, then how are you going to sell commercial time? And now it's going to be brought into the body of it. That being said, sling it forward with. Oh, sorry.
It does look like Lifetime's trying to make a splash. They're like, look, we're not Netflix. We're not Hulu. We know we're not Apple TV, but we're still here and we're still trying to make an impact.
And also, no one ever says,
damn it.
We need a young Colonel Sanders.
No.
Get me Mario Lopez. No one's ever said that. We need a young, buff Hispanic.
The casting on this was just, I don't know. Is the
did
Saved
it-
by the Bell reboot getting a lot of buzz?
They did it so we'd talk about it.
Yeah.
And look, here we are.
Here we are.
You know who I think would be a better Colonel Sanders in this particular arena? I think a Ryan Reynolds would work in this capacity.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, a little more tongue in cheek.
Did you say Eric Trump?
Yeah. I don't know.
Eric Trump, sure.
I don't know that they have the budget for Ryan Reynolds.
Maybe Joey
I don't
Lawrence.
think
It's
so.
always, you guys tell me what your head is on this.
Ooh, Joey Lawrence.
And maybe Max Zapata can find something. It's always bugged me a little bit. So Daryl Hammond of SNL, he's a morose guy. He's a melancholy guy, a very serious melancholy kind of guy. And I've interviewed him a few times, and we had him up on stage at Caroline's many years ago. And he was just fresh off his first round of Colonel Sanders. Because it makes sense. Daryl Hammond can do the voice, because we all know he can do any voice. He can become that character.
Yeah.
And Daryl Hammond, 10 years ago, was Colonel Sanders. And he came backstage, and I was like going, hey, I saw you on the Colonel Sanders commercial. And like he was kind of like, yeah, thanks. Like clearly a money grab. And someone talked him into it. And he thinks of himself as an artist, not as Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, of course.
And then of course the revolving door where the decree went out, everyone must play Colonel Sanders, but Adam Carolla. So
he would be great.
That was implied.
It seems
Have to be said.
it seemed like a fun thing. Who's going to pop up this week?
Yeah,
Jason Alexander,
yeah.
right? Whomever.
Yeah. George Hamilton.
I think that was born from necessity. I think they originally were going to go with Daryl Hammond. Well, kind of makes sense. Make him the new colonel. And then when he dropped out, they went, well, why don't we turn it into something? Why don't we turn lemons into lemonade? Why don't we just make everyone the colonel now?
Brilliant.
And we'll lean into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, could they ever get Caitlyn Jenner to do it?
I don't know if I'm right about this, but...
Well, actually, so Daryl Hammond was under the impression that he was going to be Colonel Sanders for the long run, and he was, quote, played by the fast food company when they started when they replaced him with Norm Macdonald in what became a running joke of actor switches. And they told Norm Macdonald and Jim Gaffigan, like, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing, we're just going to keep switching. But Daryl Hammond didn't know that, and he's really bummed out.
So you're saying... It's just what I said, except for the opposite.
The exact opposite.
Yeah.
But
well, that's
pretty
what
much what you said.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Take the win.
Nailed it again.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it went the other way.
Went the exact opposite way.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just really put the hammer in the back of the
And
Lexus.
Norm even tweeted, in my opinion, KFC made a big mistake replacing Daryl Hammond. Daryl disappeared into the role, and his colonel was authentic and perfect. So he even was siding with Daryl and didn't think it was fair.
Don't you think that kind of made it worse when he put that tweet out? He disappeared into the role of Colonel Sanders.
I would like to see other, fictional characters like this portrayed. Chef Boyardee, I feel like, is one we have yet to see the full story on.
Mama Celeste.
Right.
What about the ladies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a Mama Celeste and like Mama Michelina? Maybe there's a feud there with the two frozen food Italian ladies.
Mama Celeste would do the frozen pizzas. And then Mama Michelina. I don't think I had that out here.
Michelina.
Did they have that out here?
Oh, big in the frozen food. If you're in the budget friendly part of the frozen food section, you'll find Mama Michelina.
Oh, I try not to stray too close to those people, but thanks, Gina.
Yep.
I was a little bummed out. I didn't get asked to do Colonel Sanders.
What?
Oh, right.
Well, just because, you look at like who they asked, it's like, okay, we're definitely going nostalgia with George Hamilton.
Tony Danza would be you think be on a short list.
It's a no-brainer. Look, I've already got the gray pubes,
Oh, yeah.
And I know that's not something they ask for, but it's something they want.
Necessary. Yeah. Hey, am I right that Red Baron makes frozen pizzas?
Yes, you're right.
Is that the worst fucking name for a frozen pizza? Like, hey, let's get this German fighter pilot from 1914. Nothing says pizza less than aviation and Germans.
Yeah.
That's right.
The guy was shot down by Snoopy.
I know your thoughts on Peanuts, yes, and Snoopy. That was when I would read Peanuts as a young man. That was always the worst, the worst edition on whatever day it was. Like, oh fuck, now Snoopy's gonna pretend to fight some magic or some make believe being.
Yeah, well, that's on you for reading, nerd.
I know. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, Red Baron Pizza. So fucking doesn't say. I get it, Mama Nicoletti or Mama Celeste. There's something right. Italian, something Red Baron. It just didn't feel pizza to me. Okay. All right, let me hit Liquid IV. It's getting colder outside, cooler weather makes it easier to miss signs of dehydration. 1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water provides 2 to 3 times the hydration of plain water. Perfect for staying hydrated on holiday flights. Oh, yeah. Whenever I travel, I bring this stuff. I actually made some last night. Woke up a little sweaty. Made myself some Liquid IV. Beautiful, especially if you do a little bit of drinking. 3 new flavors, guava, watermelon, and apple pie. Again, stuff's easy. It's convenient. Shake it up. Put it in the bottle. Put in there, put the cap on, shake it up, run from the guy with the big guns and the Ginsu, because he's coming for that bottle, man. He's not going to sleep until every one of those bottles decapitated. 5 essential vitamins, more C than an orange, and as much potassium as a banana. No artificial flavors or preservatives. Less sugar than an apple. It is Liquid IV, right, Dawson?
Liquid IV is available nationwide at Walmart in the beverage section, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Adam at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code Adam at liquidiv.com. Get better hydration today at liquidiv.com, promo code Adam.
What else you got, Gina?
Well, speaking of something that's making the rounds, there is a video of a mall Santa in Illinois that has gone viral after he made this little kid cry after he told him he would not bring him a toy gun, even a toy Nerf gun. This is what the hill he wanted to die on with the children. The Santa was caught on video asking the child what he wanted for Christmas, and the boy's mother posted this on Facebook. He was kind of shy. He looks about 4 or 5 years old, and I'm telling you in advance because the audio is a little hard to hear, but we do have the video. The kid's a little shy, and he says, a gun, a toy gun? And Santa goes, no guns. And then the mom goes, a Nerf gun. It's a Nerf gun. No, maybe someone else can get that for you.
Oh.
And the kid starts
maybe
crying.
your mom's new friend.
That's going to fuck him up.
What a
Show you the
douche.
video. Here you go.
Jesus. Just say yes.
No guns. Nerf guns. No, not even a Nerf gun.
The kid's face.
If your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. But what else would you like? There's lots of other toys. There's Legos. There's bicycles.
Did he say a laptop?
There's cars and trucks.
Legos.
What do you think?
I like a Santa that's not a fucking woke PC douchebag from Venice Beach. How about that?
The kid's trying to keep it together.
Your dad?
Oh, the kid, dude, of course he's crying. Fuck this guy, dude.
And he doesn't even do the Santa voice, like, no Nerf guns.
Yeah. He sounds like
cry.
What's Ron Howard's brother's name?
Clint.
Yeah, he sounds like Clint Howard.
Yeah, and Gentle Ben.
The mom comes over and says, don't worry. The mom says, we'll get it for you.
We'll get you a gun and we'll come back to this mall.
Yeah, but you've just been admonished by Santa.
And he's in his hair's all parted and gelled,
right.
and he is in his nice clothes.
Dude, I mean, it's not even my holiday, and I have a lot of problems with that.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you're
just,
cute.
yeah, just.
Oh, you cut your bread side to side, don't you? You one of the side cutters?
Hey, man, I circumcise my sandwiches like my penises. So
you one of them side cutters?
You're one of them with cutters.
Yeah. Dude, just yes and, like, if a kid's like, yo, I want the gun. Even if he got real specific, like
AR-15.
AR-15
with a banana clip.
My mom's new boyfriend is like turned my garage that I used to hang out with friends into his new band area to practice. I have a real problem with this guy Greg, and go fucking be like, what's his name, Greg? Where does he live, kid? Fucking just go along with it. Just pretend with the kid. Yes, and the dreams, right?
Yeah. Well, technically, the mall Santa doesn't have to provide all the gifts for the children who
Doesn't
visit
he know
him.
that?
I don't know etiquette. But
Maybe
I'm
this guy
assuming...
thought like he's gonna have to dip into his own trust fund and be like, dude, I don't have enough cash to get you a Nerf gun.
We are living in a time where every fucking douche feels like they need to fucking make a statement about everything all the time. And this guy's an anti-gun douchebag, and so he was making his fucking righteous statement. And then he did that stupid thing that people do, which is once they get on the fucking douche train, they can't stop it. Because once the mom yelled out Nerf gun, then you should then go, oh, okay, that's fine. You're not deer hunting.
Instead, he doubles down. The kid starts crying. He's like, you know what I can get you for Christmas? A box of Kleenex. You can cry out those bitch tears that are spilling onto your bitch tits. And he's like, Jesus.
That would be a good, that Santa, once that kid broke down into a heap, and once a kid gets going, you can't slow him down.
In a mall?
That would make a good Southwest commercial that want to get away?
Want to get away.
That fucking Santa wanted to get the fuck out of there. Sorry, Brian, yes.
No, you're right. Woke Santa, that's what he believes, fine. What was his perceived goal? Like, is he going to change this kid's life? Like, turn him away from guns forever? The kid's 4 years old. He wants a Nerf gun.
And he's getting it. The mom said, we'll get it for you. But you're right. He doubled down. He goes, I can't get it for you. Maybe your dad will bring it to you.
Yeah.
I think he was fresh off a gun debate in the break room with the elves, being like, you know what the problem is? I tell you, know what the problem is? But and they're like,
That's
dude,
the elf.
And they're like, is that the elf?
It sounds like the elf.
Well, even the Santa had kind of a high pitch, like, yeah, what's up, Doc? Like,
Well, then where are you going to go for the elf?
Can somebody get Brad on the phone?
Yeah, you got to go. That's got to be the elf.
Yeah.
We got to invert the whole thing. Hey, Santa, what do you think?
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Come on.
Brian's right.
Guns are fine. Let the kid have his gun for God's sake.
Yeah, so the elf's like, you got to drop this gun thing, Santa.
Well, no, I think it's a big deal. I think these guns, these kids with the guns, we can't provide them with the guns or even let them shoot toy guns. I think you're being a
We're not buying
dude.
the goddamn gun.
It's Christmas. It's a goddamn Nerf gun. You can't shoot up a school with a Nerf gun.
Well, change your attitude. I mean, anything's possible.
There you go, Santa and elf in the break room.
That was amazing. And by the way, this reminded me, I forgot to tell you when I showed you the picture of our 2020 Christmas photo with Santa, with everyone's masks and he's way in the back photobombing. I forgot to tell you what he said to us afterwards.
The Santa.
He stood up. This is the Santa over in Santa Monica. And he does it every year because he's in the same picture. We've done it 3 years in a row. He said, the woman, I asked something like, are you sure we can't do one picture without a mask? And she said, no, we can't. And Santa chimed in from the back. Well, that's a gift from the Chinese.
Wow.
And Andy keeps saying it to me because it was just so odd. And I didn't know what to say. So I start tap dancing. Well, who knows? No, it's a gift from the Chinese.
Double down.
Oh, God. Wow, we're going to have
Our
to.
Santa did that.
We're now going to have like
Redneck Santa.
CNN Santa and Fox Santa, and you're going to have to go to the mall
Wow.
that represents you politically.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to get a Nerf gun, or you're going to get an offhanded comment about the Wuhan flu.
Bri brings up a good point. Redneck Santa. I think I would prefer redneck because let's be honest. I think with the mall Santas, you do get a few. You get woke Santa like in this video. There's redneck Santa for sure, who's like smells like Bud Light Lime when he came back from his break.
And Copenhagen.
And then you've got the Santa that like Lake Forest Park Mall where I grew up. The Santa that was there definitely got arrested on charges of being a little too handsy. So there's that Santa too.
Every Santa I've ever seen as a youth is easily dead by now. That's a happy Christmas thought. Every Santa I saw from age 3 to age 9 has been in the ground for over 20 years.
Do you prefer the mall Santa to be like of age with a real beard, or do you mind if it's this guy looked like he was in his maybe late 40s with the fake beard on?
He was a bunk ass Santa. Oh, by the way, just to put a ribbon on this story, they got rid of this Santa. The mall sent a different Santa over to the kid's house to give him a Nerf gun, and Nerf provided him with a few things too. And Adam, I don't know if you noticed this from your childhood. I don't know that you grew up in musical theater as I did, but there was a lot of crossover depending on the season. Santas work all year round. You know why? Because if they can sing in the summer for summer stock in community theater, they're Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes.
Because I did Fiddler on the Roof thrice. And every Tevye also wintered as Santa Claus. because you got that big.
Well, you're
bushy
Santa
beard.
and you're playing Tevye.
Is that a conflict of interest? Like, doesn't
Yeah.
one of the productions recognize?
Well, how do these guys slice their sandwich? Because it's one or the other.
Yeah, pick a
Can't
lane.
be Tevye and
It's
Santa.
whole.
Yeah.
They just eat it straight down the middle. So yeah, the kid got some Nerf gear
good.
from the Nerf company.
Did they interview the kid? I would love to hear the kid's reaction to like when, because obviously he just welled up. Because that's, you go into shock. Like Santa saying no.
Yeah. He's traumatized.
Yeah, for sure.
The Nerf gun seems pretty cool.
It's awesome.
But it's horrible. I'll tell you the 3 worst gifts. You guys are getting to that age. Your kids are getting to that age where they're gonna start getting gifts, and it's the kind of shit's gonna fuck you up. And I'll tell you the fuck up gifts.
I got one too.
First off, they get you the fucking home tie-dye kit. Just a big fucking box with 7,000 colors and 2,000 dental rubber bands in it. And then the kid will, we got to boil the water. They'll pop the lid on it. There'll be shit everywhere. You'll never fucking come out with a cool Bill Walton t-shirt. You'll fucking have nothing.
You'll never
but
look like Bill Walton.
All you'll have, it will destroy, every piece of grout in your kitchen will be destroyed. And that's it. In a big fat fucking argument, and someone's going to burn their hand on a pot. That's all you get. It's the biggest cop-out fucking gift in the world. I should fucking club them over the head with the fucking box that thing comes in, because they know what they're doing, because it's $19.99 and it looks like a fucking calliope. And they go, oh, take it. Oh, this is awesome. Then they bug the fuck out of you. When are we going to do the tie-dye? When are we going to do... Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
No, you're 100% right. We already got one of those. And already regifted it.
Home... First off, people shouldn't be doing tie-dye in general. Secondly, if you're that much into tie-dye, you're already into it. All tie-dye is home tie-dye. There is no huge tie-dye factory. Hey, what are we going to build here? Here are the mayors here and the city officials. He's got the silver shovel. We're going to open up all this acreage and build the biggest tie-dye factory in the world.
Finally.
It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yep.
The tie-dye kit's a fucking... It'll destroy a family.
It's too much work.
It'll faster than pediatric cancer. All right. The second one is that we've talked about it, like my little grocery store with 750 pieces of little asparagus and little cauliflower and little everything. That's the fucking biggest joke in the world, because your 4-year-old is down in the kitchen at 6 p.m. and you're yelling at him, eat your peas, eat the cauliflower, eat the stuff. And then you go upstairs an hour later, they get the fucking game out, they start putting the plastic cauliflower, and you slap it out of their hands. Get that out of your mouth. The fuck kind of mixed message is that? It's the worst message. It's the worst. All right, it's more shit everywhere. More pieces everywhere, more shit to step on when you're barefoot. And the worst is the Nerf gun. They have the Gatling gun now. It's just boom, 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 boom. You think the kids ever pick that shit up?
Oh, no.
It's just fucking shit for your dog to choke on everywhere.
You lose all the bullets in 1 hour.
You want to reload the Nerf gun? Go dig it out of the shit in the yard. Because that shit just passed through the lab.
Dig it out of your dog's stomach.
That's right.
Also, another bad gift is a Cameo message from Lindsay Lohan. Hear me out. So when I hit 100K on Instagram, I thought it'd be funny to get a cameo from someone congratulating me, and who better than star of MTV's Beach Crib or Slut Cabin, whatever it was called. I watched 2 episodes. It was great. Lindsay Lohan. I was like, it'll be great if she roasts me, right? So I had her in the message. It was like, congrats, Adam, you quick fat bastard. I can't believe 100K of anything would want to follow your bullshit. It was very just, I was like, this will be,
self-deprecation.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be fun from her. Not only was the message poorly lit, it looked like she had a filter on that made her look like she was 40 years old. It just, nothing about it looked like her. Her voice was faint. And then her message was, and I wish I had it to pull up. She goes, hey, Adam, congrats on 100K. Wow, what an achievement. All the best.
Yeah.
So for
and
a
how
second,
much did that set you back?
200 big ones.
She got off prom.
Thought it was worth it. I was like, I wanted Freaky Friday, Lindsay, not Hungover Sunday or Methy Monday or.
Yeah.
But she was not.
Can we look for that?
I can find it. Yeah,
All
give me
right.
a second.
You find it.
Well, he does that. My Cameo is only $25, so feel free to.
actually still more expensive than the band Cameo, actually. Is now on there. All right, let me hit Geico. Do you own? Do you rent? I bet you do one or the other. How about you bundle with Geico? You take your homeowners or your renters insurance along with your auto policy, and you bundle it over at Geico. Just go to geico.com. You get a quote and see just how much you could be saving at Geico. That is geico.com. All right, what else you got, Gina Grad? One more.
All right. Well, let's do this one because this
Did you
guy.
find it?
Oh, you found it?
I found it. Ready?
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you with a Lohan cameo.
No, we got it. This is breaking.
All right.
Hey, Adam Ray, congratulations on 100,000 followers. I don't care what anyone says, you did it, and it's about what you believe in yourself, and you did it. And you're only going to go up more. So God bless you, and have a beautiful day. Stay happy, healthy, and safe.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Not funny.
You know what that decodes to me? I'm never watching Parent Trap, the new one, again.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
What does that mean? I don't care. I don't care what anyone says.
I think that was her trying to be like, I'm not going to say what you wrote, which was like, you dirty Jew. I had some sort of like, and it wasn't even that incriminating. It would have been like, it was just a fun, a little jabby, but I think that was her way of being like, oh, I'll put my own spin on it and have like, this is, because I didn't write that. She's like, I don't care what anyone says.
Right.
So now that made me go, did she like go through my page and be like, yeah, this is bullshit content. I don't care what anyone says.
She could have read some of the comments about your last stand-up special.
Yeah. I mean, I would have taken that, just a straight critique of a YouTube video. I saw when you made Kermit the Frog whack at the Two Girls, One Cup. Yeah.
All right, one more, Gina.
All right. Well, this is more of a PSA if you are in bed with the big companies like AT&T, Charter, and Verizon, because they are offering a total of $1.1 billion in refunds to customers who bought the sports package this year, but didn't get to watch it because all the games were canceled. Refunds will reportedly vary by market and package, so keep an eye out for an upcoming cable bill to see how much you've scored with your refund. Hopefully that will be on its way.
Good to do, not good to brag about on the first date. You know? Jeez, you're in such a good mood.
Business savvy.
I got $39 back. It was prorated because I did watch part of the NFL season, but I watched some of the like that. Just sounds like you're not doing as well financially as you could be. Feels a little thirsty to me financially.
That's the guy with the Ralph's card on the keychain.
All right, so first date. More kitty litter in the pussy. Uber sticker on the car he picks you up in. Ralph's Club membership hanging from the keychain. Or
at least he's in a club.
Starts bragging about getting his prorated money back for the truncated NBA season.
You know what? I think we have a new leader in the clubhouse. Because an Uber driver, I get it. We're all trying to make extra money. Ralph's card, who doesn't want to? You have to get the extra savings. But if you're bragging about getting $39 back, then that is foreshadowing the rest of my relationship with you.
We're eating.
What am I going to have to pay for?
We're eating Salisbury steak tonight, my lady.
That's what I'm talking about. That's more fortuitous than the keychain or the Uber driver.
All right. Good. I'm glad we worked out. All right, let's bring it home, Gina.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Gina Grad.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
I bet a Salisbury steak was like a major part of my childhood. I bet if you talk to a rich person, I bet they wouldn't even know the fuck we were talking about.
Boy, I'd like to see that guy with the knife after he cuts through the water bottles, cut through like 15 Salisbury steak boxes.
Yeah. They couldn't get through one of the Hungry Men I grew up
I'll give you $100,000 if you can get through 3 of those boxes. And through the dessert.
All right, let me hit. The great thing about the dessert is it always had part of the vegetable baked on top of it.
A brownie with some green bean on it.
Oh, the worst is they'd have the cobbler. And you can't get peas out of a cobbler once it's been at 375 for 45 minutes. This is now part of your dessert is peas in your fucking cobbler.
It should have said veggie cobbler or something. Like, give us some, just let us know instead of having it be like, but that was part of the...
I'll bet you these rich kids with the silver spoons in their mouth had someone to pick the peas out of...
Sure.
Oh, no, wait, they probably never ate the Hungry Man. That's right.
No. Hungry Man,
They don't know from Hungry Man.
They were eating full woman dinners.
Last but not least, Simply Safe. Everyone wants to... Hey, you want to keep your home safe, break-in, fire, floods, medical emergency. Simply Safe, home security, award-winning 24/7 protection, no long-term contracts, no hidden fees. Just go to simplysafe.com. That is simplysafe.com/Adam. And you get a free home security camera. All right, Adam Ray. We love Adam Ray.
So
and go out and check out his new crowd work, the new album. I'll Take It From Here. Adam's great on his feet, and he's got to buy a new windscreen for the back of his Lexus. So please give generously. About Last, and by the way, it's available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you find music, and About Last Night, the pod as well.
Yes, and when I come back next time, because we didn't talk about me being in Australia for 5 weeks shooting The Young Rock for NBC, but that comes out in February, and by the time I come back and it gets some buzz, I should be able to tell you who I'm playing, because it's I'm playing The Rock's left nut. But no, I said that. It's a very cool part in the show's killer, and it's about his life, and I think it drops in February on NBC.
Please come back. Naples, Florida, Off the Hook Comedy Club, January 16th, 17th. Live pods and stand-up there. Burbank, Pickwick Bowl, January 23rd. We're doing a live parking lot show there. And thanks to Adam's monthly nut sponsors, Offensive Crayons, which are really funny. And Travel Clean Kit. Look for the next month's package at CarollaDrinks.com. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Adam Ray. Gina Grad and Ball Bryan saying, Mahala.